against Moses, wherefore having brought us up out of Egypt to die in the wilderness, for there is no bread, neither is there any water, and our soul loatheth this light bread. Now they're not speaking truthfully, are they? They said, we don't like this bread. Oh yeah, and there's no bread. Which one is it? Isn't that what they said?
Yeah.
They said there's no bread, there's no water, and we don't like this bread. They are the exact same, and children, don't get mad at me.
Yeah.
They're the exact same as, if you're parents, you know, you're fixing to understand what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
They are the exact same as a child that goes into the kitchen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Go ahead, Brother David. What was I going to say? There's nothing to eat.
Yeah.
If they open the cabinet and it doesn't hit them in the plate, it means there's nothing to eat.
Yeah.
But the truth is what?
There's stuff to eat.
They don't want to eat
Yeah.
what there is to eat.
Yeah.
I was talking to Brother Boyce before we come up here and started the service, when on my daddy's side of the family, when you went to anybody's house on that side of the family, they had a pot of beans cooking. I reckon it don't matter what time of day or night it was. I'm serious. I guess they got up at midnight and they heard the grandfather clock chime that it was midnight, so they woke up and put on a pot of beans. If you didn't like brown beans, you wouldn't survive. You starved. Wiley Reed would have starved to death in that environment. No mac and cheese, no dino nuggets. I didn't always like brown beans. But if I wanted something to eat, guess what I ate?
Brown beans.
I've got a buddy that now he's 20 years younger than me, but he said his mama would fix him something that separate from everybody else in the house to eat. That is not how I was raised. Your only options was none, a little bit, or more. But it was this. And that is not a joke. That is it. I didn't like onions. When I was a little kid, I didn't like onions. So Mama would make me a special treat. She would give me instructions. You pick the onions out of the tuna fish. If you don't like them, pick the onions out. If you didn't like apples in your tuna fish, you got to pick apples out of your tuna fish, didn't you? That was the way we were brought up. You either eat it or don't eat it. But that's what's on the menu tonight. This or nothing. Tell me that you can read this in the line of what I'm saying and tell me that is not, it's not evidence of discontentment with what God has provided.
Yes.
See, God gave them every single morning, God gave them enough bread to get through the day. He said, don't keep any of it overnight. This manna, the rules on manna was it would decay if they got more than they needed. They got up in the morning, got what they needed, it lasted them throughout the day, and in the morning, same thing. Our soul loatheth this light bread. We don't have any bread.
Yeah.
I remember I was a kid at one time too, and I remember thinking we don't have anything in this house to eat. But Daddy had to build a whole new set of bottom cabinets for canned stuff. I thought we were literally not going to survive because there was nothing to eat. But you could go over there and open it up and there's jars and cans of all kinds of food. My problem was it wasn't what I wanted. So in my mind, it wasn't anything. Didn't exist. We didn't have food.
Yeah.
Complaining, it's just evidence that you're discontented with what God's got given you. Paul said, I've learned whatsoever state I'm in, therewith to be content.
Yes.
All right, that was pretty simple. But also, and y'all have heard and said this. You have said this. You may not use the nation of China, But there are people in China that are starving. You're gonna throw that food away, waste that food, there's people in China that's starving. Well, I've told the mayor before, look, I know there's people in China starving, but if we box this up, it'll be rotten before it got to them, so.
Yeah.
Don't worry about that, but, complaining, it displays a lack of thankfulness.
Yeah.
It displays a lack of thankfulness for what God's given you. We've got a problem with that. Do you realize how spoiled we are in America?
Yeah.
You say we're below the poverty level. No, we are among the richest in the world if you go global. If you go global,
Yes.
even people that are in $30,000 and $40,000 credit card debt are still among the richest in the world. We may not be the richest in the United States, but if you look at all other nations combined, we in pretty good shape.
Yeah.
There are still people that don't have, there are people that you can drive to their house from the continental United States here. You can drive to their house that don't have anything on the floor but what God put on the floor. They don't have anything in the windows, no doors, no fans, no electricity, no air. And this is not people that are nearly homeless. These are people that are living in town beside their neighbors with nothing on the floor and nothing in the windows. We're not in that bad shape.
That's right.
It's not very funny to the kids, but I still make the joke, and I like the joke, and this is my dog, my pony, so. Our kids are spoiled enough, they don't even have to get glad in the same pants they got mad in. They can go put on a brand new pair of pants to get glad in. Right? That means that, listen, a different brand, a different cut, a different style, a different wash, bedazzled or not bedazzled, they can get all different kind of pants to get glad in. You know what that tells me? We've got a lot to be thankful for.
Yes.
We have a whole bunch to be thankful for. I tell you this, I guess he's out of school now, it's been a few years ago. Cassie said, she come to me, she said, this boy's he's in homecoming, or he's in something, homecoming prom, he's got something going on. He was a big boy, about my size. Said he's a good kid. He doesn't have any dress clothes. All he's got is ratty t-shirts and stuff like that. And me and Tamara dug through my closet. I give him a couple of jackets. I don't know who he is, don't know his name, or what he looks like, where he lives, where he's from. Know nothing about him. So I'm not pointing anybody out. So I didn't even give him Cassie, I gave him to Mama. Mama was the go-between. She's our dealer. She's what keeps us from going to the pen for laundering. But so I give her. We dug through my closet, and I got several shirts and a couple of light jackets and different things like that. I just got the boy some clothes and said, I don't know if he ever put them on, if he ever got them. Mama Cassie might have sold them. I don't know what happened to them. Here's the point of it. Guess how many I've missed?
None.
What do we keep saying has got to happen to my closet, honey? We go through it all the time. What are you talking about? In reference? Clean it out. Why? There's lots of good clothes in there.
Too many.
What?
Too many.
Too many
You
what?
can't find stuff because you've got so many clothes in there. Can't find the shirt you're looking for.
I barely have any work clothes in there.
Yeah, I know, because there's not room for them in there.
And I don't go spend money on clothes. Listen, all my work pants, I've got, I just forgot about that. I've got 2 drawers full of work pants.
Yes.
I seriously did forget about it because I've got about 12 or 14 pair of work jeans they've been cleaned and washed and folded up, and they are stacked beside my bed, neatly stacked on a, like a cedar chest locker, because I don't have another place to put them. You say, you must be rich. No, they're you can catch them on sale at Atwood's for $10 a piece sometimes.
Yeah.
That don't mean I'm rich, it means I'm frugal and cheap. They're cheaper than Walmart.
Yeah. Yeah, boy.
But the point is, I don't have a place to put these things. Is it because I'm a hoarder? I'm a hoarder, but not clothes. I like screws and bolts and nuts and bits and hammers and tools and stuff like that. It's not clothes that I hoard. You can ask that woman back there. Every service, she goes to the closet and brings out shirts so she can iron them. And she asks me, is this shirt okay? And my response is, I don't care. I'm not a big clothes guy. I'm really not. I like funny looking socks. That's about it. I like my socks to look funny and my doctor not to.
Yeah.
I want him to look like a nerd. But the point is, I'm so filthy rich. Honestly, I'm so filthy rich compared to a lot of people in the world. Because I literally have clothes I can throw away.
Yeah.
And never miss them, Brother Roger. Never miss them. It's funny. The girls in my house never have anything to wear. Never got anything to wear. Notice I'm the only one to get the closet cleaned out. They never have anything to wear. They have stuff to wear. They're thankful for what they have. I'm thankful for what I have.
Yes.
But the complaining about things like that, if I open my closet and I say, I've got nothing to wear, all that says is I'm not thankful for what God's given me.
Yeah.
Because y'all put this in perspective, I am able to give, I'm not bragging about my clothes, please don't take this wrong, but I'm able to give away clothes to another person that needs them, and I don't even miss them.
Yeah.
That should tell you that I've got a lot to be thankful for.
Yes.
Half of my wardrobe, well, I hate to say it like that, because half of my wardrobe would be pants. The other half is shirts, right? Right?
Yeah.
Half of my wardrobe, half of my clothes could go missing. Would it affect me?
No.
I've got a lot to be thankful for.
Amen.
Complaining displays a lack of thankfulness of what God's given you. We ain't got everything, but we do have something.
Yes.
Listen, we all have the option of what we were going to eat today and not if we were going to eat today.
Yeah. That's right.
If you drink a 20-ounce soda pop in the last 6 months, you ain't got nowhere to bellyache and grinding wine. If you've eaten a snack cake, you've got no place to grind. There's no nutritional value in either one, and neither one of them will sustain your life.
Yeah.
We've got nowhere to complain. We got a roof above our heads, shoes on our feet, clothes on our back, food in the fridge. We've got nowhere to complain. We've got more than the children of Israel had at that time, because how many of y'all are eating bread off the ground? You slap your kid's hand if they pick up bread off the ground. Don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Don't eat that, that's been on the ground.
Yeah.
God killed a whole bunch of people because they was mad and didn't like the bread that he put on the ground for them. Is that perspective or what?
Mm-hmm.
And it is rooted, complaining is rooted in pride. That's what it's rooted in. That's where, now why is it a sin? Because what does complaining suggest? He's not, that you deserve more, that you are entitled to more, that you should be treated better. Listen, I'm not for the abuse of any kind of people, but NAACP and the ACLU and all those groups, they are just whiners. They're whiners, that's all they are. Used to, if you didn't like the way things were going, you either punch somebody in the mouth or you go away.
Mm-hmm.
But gathering a group together so that they will complain to so many people that it changes, I don't understand that. I don't understand a group of complainers, other than they're so entitled. I would consider a 10-year-old kid having a cell phone child abuse. It is closer to child abuse than a 10-year-old kid not having a cell phone. Making a 10-year-old eat their vegetables, I would consider that less child abuse than I would let them eat what they want to. But we live in a society, all they care about is what?
Need and satisfaction.
Some of you read Revelation chapter 3 and 4. You have read over the 7 churches of Asia, typifying the 7 church ages. And the last one is the church of Laodicea. Laodicea means the people's rights.
Yeah.
The people's rights. Listen, human right. What are human rights? What human rights do we have? All right, the Africans don't have that. That's not a human right. That's an American right. That's a providential right given by the government of the United States of America. So freedom of speech. It's not freedom of speech in Africa. It's not freedom of speech in the Arabian countries, is it?
Nope.
It's not freedom of speech in
China.
India,
No.
Turkey, China,
Mm-mm.
Japan, Russia. Go ahead. What another right that we have? Not everywhere.
Yeah.
Well, in America, we have a right to work or not work. But I'm going to say we probably got the only disability and unemployment system globally. I don't know that for a fact, but I'm going to say we're getting close. Are you seeing that the rights that we view as human rights are not human rights at all? They are human rights that were afforded to us by the government of the United States of America, making us the most spoiled nation
Yeah.
on the globe. I guarantee you fly around the world, you pick any country in the world you want to, other than this one here, and there's not cell phones in every house. There's not internet, Wi-Fi, TVs in every room. I guarantee you it's not. But what we've done is we have fed this monster so much, and the monster being ourselves. We've fed this monster so much that what happens when you go to feed the dog 5 pounds a day instead of ½ pound a day? He expects more. He expects 5 pounds a day the next time you come up to feed him. And if you don't feed him, he's going to stomp his little feet and say, "You're abusing me."
Yep.
Right?
That's right.
Is that not the same deal that we're dealing with today? And the truth of it is, all of it comes from pride. When the dog don't need 5 pounds a day to eat, the bag of dog food says he needs about 6 ounces.
Yeah.
But he's been conditioned, and his pride has been stroked, and he's been told he's a good boy.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So much that he thinks he deserves 5 pounds a day. It's pride.
Yeah.
And then when you're not feeding him, you've done him an injustice.
Mm-hmm.
Complaining is rooted in pride.
Yes.
Because what do we really deserve? You can say, what's the life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness? That's not human rights. That was written in English, American English.
Yeah.
That was penned and voted on.
Yeah.
The Bible don't say that we deserve life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
That's right.
The Bible says our righteousness is but filthy rags.
Yes.
Paul said our righteousness is but dung.
That's right.
The Bible teaches that we're just dogs.
Mhm.
We're just dogs compared to God's people.
Yeah.
We can't believe that we're being treated the way we are. There's a man in Utah that he got shot in the neck with a deer rifle because he hurt somebody's little feelers with his words.
Yeah.
Would y'all think about that for a minute? I could see knocking a tooth out if you don't like what somebody says. But killing somebody? Boy, he must have really got in old boy's feelings. I'm surprised he could fire the rifle sucking a pacifier
Yeah.
with tears in his eyes.
Yeah.
That seems like a manly move, but that's a baby move.
Yeah.
You stand off a mile from somebody, 150 yards from an unarmed man, and shoot them because of what they say and what they believe in, there's nothing more cowardly in the world.
Yep. That's right.
Walk up to the stage and challenge him to a bare knuckle fist fight. Let him have a fighting chance.
Yeah.
The problem is we're so full of pride and so spoiled that that's okay with society. I miss the days when you could, at 9 o'clock in the morning, you could hate your buddies at school, beat one another's brains halfway out behind the gym, and sit next to one another at lunch. Eat your rectangle-shaped pizza.
Yeah.
We didn't either. They said pizza, but it wasn't.
We're so spoiled.
It's triangle pizza now. Somebody probably got mad because it was wrong shape. It wasn't really pizza because it was wrong shape. What happened to those days? The problem is we've got so much pride.
Yeah.
I told you a little while back a little bit about it. I think it's been, statute of limitations probably up, but I had to fire 2 guys for fist fighting at work because one of them said something to the other one about this ICE Mexican thing going on. They was constantly back and forth at one another. And I told the owner, so they've got to go. So if you can't get fired for fist fighting during business hours in front of the business office with all of the staff in the building, what can you get fired for?
Yeah.
And he said, yeah, but you would have done the same thing. And I said, no, I would have done the same thing. He said, yes, you would. And I said, no, I wouldn't. He said, why? And I said, because there's a woman and 2 kids that needs daddy to have a job.
Yeah.
I can swallow my, you can call me anything you want to, as long as the check's good.
Yeah.
I'm not working there to have friends.
Yeah.
I'm not working there so people like me and don't call me bad names.
Yeah.
I'm working there because we got bills.
Yeah. That's right.
Y'all see the logic in that? I would say that's pretty logical.
Yeah.
The issue with the fist fight situation is pride. Their pride overtook them. It overtook their necessity to have a paying job. Pride is the root of complaints.
Yes.
Again, I'm not talking about founded things that need to be spoken about. I'm talking about, I don't like this kind of breed. I don't like the way she looked at me. Well, stop looking at her. No, seriously. You don't like the way somebody looks at you? You can't see them look at you if you are not looking at them. Maybe it's your face that's offending them and that's their reaction.
Yeah.
Listen, we gotta swallow some of this pride and get away from this stuff. If your spouse, your parent, your child, whoever in your life, little arguments and battles and picks and all these things and all these complaints and stuff, if you or they died this very night, tell me how much that junk would matter. Just give me a number. You know, let's say 1 in 10. Tell me out of 1 in 10, 10 being a bunch and 1 being not at all, how much would that little junk matter that we sit around and whine and gripe and grumble and complain about? Don't matter at all. Matters none at all. I'd call. I love my little sister. I love Cassie. But I'd call and I'd gripe to Mama about it. And I do. I mean, sometimes I need somebody else to talk about. No, seriously, I can call and complain to Mama about her. Well, Mama, what do mamas do? What's this? Maybe not mamas, but grandmas, guys, when they get to a certain age, they try to fix the problem. So I'm complaining to Mama, situation that only Cassie and I know about. And Mama goes to her and tries to help her with it, tries to fix it, straighten it out, help and improve the situation, satisfy everybody. What happens? Cassie's the only one that knows about the situation that I know about. It's just me and her. So what happens? Do what? She gets upset at me because what was between me and her was between me and her, and I've done went and grumbled and complained to Mama about it. And I'm causing problems. Tell me a benefit in it again. Something I learned from Mr. Bob Powell. He was dead before I went to work for Powell Funeral Home. But I learned it from Mr. Bob. Because when they said he would do funerals, and then people would come in there and all they would have was a goat or a cow or a tractor or a truck, or they just trade to him. Or they'd sign a note and promise they would pay. And they would leave, and this is what Tyler told me this. They'd leave and somebody'd say, they ain't never gonna pay that. And Mr. Bob would say, if they'd live with it, I'd live without it. If they can live with it, I can live without it. Listen, we need to adopt a little bit of that. We've gotten away from, I grew up with a Marine, and I learned a few things from him. And one of the things that I learned from him that I wished I could instill in my children and spread to people around me. Monitor and adjust. Adapt and overcome. Monitor and adjust, adapt and overcome. Don't let every situation defeat you. And the problem is, we'll let it defeat us. We'll suck the fingernail polish off of our thumb while we're on our way to whine and grumble and gripe and cry to somebody because we think there's been so many injustices being done to us. Listen, it's amazing to me. There's people that, their car blowed up and it is the absolute end of the world for them. Okay? I'll say a name to you. Deborah Whited. Y'all know Deborah Whited? There's 2 other people in here that knows Deborah Whited. She had one son that he was getting ready to go hunt and getting some clothes out of the closet, and he had a shotgun, a single shot shotgun. Supposed to have been unloaded. He put it on the bed. When he grabbed it by the barrel. Pulled it. The blanket caught the hammer. Shot him right in the head with it. Dead at 16, 15. He was a young man. Buried him in Monette Cemetery. One night they got a call. Her only other son, Monette Cemetery ditch, crashed his car and died within sight of where her first son was buried. lost both of her sons. Then her brother gets shot in the cotton field, fighting over, the neighbor got mad at him for spraying his crops, so his neighbor shot him. Then her husband dies of a massive heart attack. Then tornado, I'm talking about, this is a short period of time. Her mother, tornado's coming, so she goes to her mother's house. Her house got blew away while she's at her mother's house. She rebuilds the house. 2 years later, in the last tornado we had in northeast Arkansas, her house got blown away again. And instead of sitting around and whining, she'll put something on Facebook. Mom will show me. She'll put something on Facebook about how good God is. But if we run the wheel off our car because bearings went out, because we haven't packed the bearings in 65 years, blows up because we ain't checked or changed the oil since we bought it, we don't understand why God's doing this to us. Listen, complaining is fueled by pride. It's fueled by pride. And last thing, it projects a lack of faith. Complaining projects a lack of faith. They said, y'all remember where they started in this? They was murmuring against God and against Moses and said, you just brought us out here to die in the wilderness. God didn't bring them out there to die. God never said, I'll take you out there to die. As a matter of fact, do you remember what he told them? I'll bring you into a land flowing with milk and honey. Listen, if you ain't seeing a land flowing with milk and honey, what's that mean? You ain't there yet. But you can't give up now and whine about it now just because you ain't seen it. If God's promises are true and you have faith in God, we ain't got no room to complain. Just keep on waiting. Look, I'm waiting for some ships to come in. I'll be honest with you. I don't expect to live to be 100. Or 45 some days. But does that mean that I'm going to give up everything that I'm doing?
No.
Listen, they ain't gonna put me on hospice just yet. I won't agree to it. I'll be forced into it. I have trouble with my wife because she'll say it's funny. Sometimes I don't think she knows how to even speak English. And then some days I wonder if she's had a stroke. Because she'll say, are you going back to work? She already knows the answer. I think she's just putting words together because she knows the answer. Or, do you think you need to work right now? Is that true? Are you going to call the doctor? No, that means are you going to call the doctor? You got to say, call the doctor.
You don't lose your tone with somebody.
You don't speak loud enough. I've told her that them not talking loud enough for me to hear would be like them being in a wheelchair, and everywhere we go, I make sure there's stairs there. It equates, it's the same thing. You should not abuse and mistreat somebody with a disability. It's my hearing. That's the one we're talking about in particular. None of this other stuff, just the ears. I'm not giving up. Listen, if I die working, it's because until the Lord calls me home, I need to be working.
Yeah.
I could say, listen, I know people that are in better condition than I am, that draw disability. They sit at the house and taxes pay their way. I know people that I'm talking about, I could give you their name and their address. Which means what? I could be on disability is what that means. That woman back there, she could be on disability. But we both get up every day, go to work, and chase kids around. I don't plan on retiring. I've got no intention to retire. I'm gonna work until I can't work, and I assume when I can't work, I'll die. I've got enough faith in God to believe that He's gonna do everything He said for me. So until it's time to lay down and quit, I'm not laying down and quit. I try not to whine and complain. I do, but it's just because I married a new mama. My mama don't mind. They talk about me behind my back. But I've got somebody to complain to. That's what mamas are for. Listen, I'm not gonna sit around and whine because things are rough or things are bad. The worst shape that I get in physically, Brother Roger, I'm sure you can relate to this. Brother Barry, I'm sure you can too. All of you can. I'm thankful for everything I have more. The worse shape I get in, the harder it is to get by, the more thankful I am for the things that I do have. Listen, that boy over, I was telling you about that me taking that rock from him this morning. It wasn't a polished stone. It wasn't a stone with any engravings on it. It wasn't anything spectacular. Nothing colorful. Nothing that was purchased in a store. He picked it up out of a creek or something. He don't have much. He don't have much. He didn't have a penny in his pocket. Don't have much. But he got that rock. And he's so happy. So proud of that. Listen, the harder life gets, it ought to turn us to being more thankful. Some people are pessimists, some people are optimists, and I'm a realist.
Yeah.
Because it could be worse. It could be worse, I promise. Be thankful for what you have. Every time you think about complaining over something that's senseless, I complained about the weather. I can't believe it's so stinking hot. Well, do something about it. The only thing you can do about hot weather is what? Wait. That's right. Wait till the first frost.
Yeah.
Turn the air conditioner up. Listen, we ought to be, if we're the people of God, we ought to be happy. We ought to be happy. We ought to have some joy in our lives. It don't take a circus clown and joke book to make you happy. That don't do it.
Right.
You know what makes me and Tamara happy? This is stupid. Figuring out how much profit the people at the fair made on lemonade. Listen, we're fixing to quit and go into lemonade business. I'm serious. Last night on the way home from the fair, everybody else is griping about this, and they're mad about this. Can't believe this happened, and can't believe they didn't win, and can't believe this guy up here at the fair crashed his car, and the traffic is horrible. And me and Tamara are figuring out the profit on the $7 a cup lemonade,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
and it is astronomical.
Yeah.
Yeah. for about 20-30 minutes. I don't know, we're gonna go somewhere else, try to figure out their profit margin too. We may open a accounting business, just to figure out people's profit margin for them. We'll just fill out the paperwork, give more information, they'll say, we already know that. Right, but we had a good time figuring it out.
Yeah.
Listen, find out what works for you. You know what works for us, seriously. I'm serious, and now, that's true, isn't it, honey? That's what, and I don't know why, we just did. Just can't believe it's that high, I wonder what they're making, and here we go. Calculator comes out, and here we go. You know what really, you know where joy is? Limoncello pie, or cake, from, I'm serious, from, Tavallo, from the Italian restaurant in Batesville. It's the best cake that's ever been put on a plate, platter, ever touched a fork. It's magnificent. It's high as a cat's back. So we split one piece when we go up there, but we go up there on special occasions, and that's the highlight of the trip, ain't it? What's wrong with that? Do you realize that if a piece of lemon cake can make you, it can bring that much joy? Why don't we find the things that make us happy and stay away from the things that make us complain and be mad? Wouldn't it be easier? Look, if you like bass fishing and you hate catfishing, don't agree to go catfishing with your buddies. Tell them how boring it is and how you'd rather see them hit a topwater. And go bass fishing with a smile on your face. Praise the Lord. Don't complain. Enjoy what He's given us. Enjoy what He's given us. Stand with me. I'll tell you this. Lambs are stupid. They are expensive. They are troublesome. They're a constant headache and a constant worry. And they will never become food to us. They are absolutely a money pit and they're worthless. But that child loves them.
Yeah.
Y'all see where I went with that?
Yeah.
Of course, now I had a buddy ask me yesterday in front of my wife. I said, and I'll try to use the exact verbiage that I use. He said, what are you gonna do with them lambs? And I said, we're gonna take them to the house. He said, what are you gonna do with them? And I said, nothing, they're pets. And he said, that's expensive pets. And I said, I'd rather have lambs in the yard than a dope head or a knocked up kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd rather her, she sat in the pen this morning with him till 2 o'clock, loving on that lamb. There was no meth and there was no boys.
Yeah.
That's victory. I'm happy about it.
Yeah.
I'm happy about it. Listen, as stupid as they are, as much trouble as they cause. And I'm not joking, I'm not being mean, honey, I need some testimony. They are expensive, they are troublesome. Yeah, don't use them other words you usually use about them, honey. It's not in church. But they're not bad. They make the kids happy. Keeps them out of trouble. They enjoy things. I'll grumble about them because they're stupid. But I wouldn't have no other way. I'm not going to complain about them. I'm thankful for the stupid things. Yeah. Listen, we ought to be thankful for them things. I'm not thankful for the dogs, just the lambs. If y'all want to be thankful for the dogs, I can give you one. He's beautiful. His name's Tiger. Be thankful for what you have. Don't complain. Amen. Brother Roger, would you just miss it, prayer?
Dear God, Almighty Father in heaven, we just thank you again for the opportunity to be in your house today. We just ask you just to lead, guide, direct us, and steps. Like Brother James says, not to complain about stuff. Everybody better off 99% of the rest of the world. You just have us always look to you in everything that we go to do. Be with ones who are sick, afflicted, especially be with Miss Carrie lost loved ones.